Welcome to another chainmail video. I'm sorry it's been almost a year since I made my last video. I've been pretty busy. But today we're going to talk about making your own rings. I'm going to make two videos on this. The first one is going to be hand cranked rings and the other one is going to be power winding. So what you need for the hand cranked, which is what we're going to do right now, you're going to need, first of all, your wire. You're going to need good leather gloves. This is important for both of them. It's extremely important for power winding, but for both it's good to have. You're also going to need your mandrel. This is a 3/8 inch steel rod. You can use wood, but I would not suggest it. It won't last very long. For hand cranking, you're probably going to want to have a crank bend put in. You also need to drill a small hole for the wire to go through. It can be at either end. A lot of people will also build a sort of a wood frame to hold this in place. As you can see with this cloth, I just kink it under my knee like that. You're also going to need good wire cutters, or small bolt cutters like this to cut through the wire. I don't normally endorse a brand, but this brand here, NipX, is by a very wide margin the best I've ever worked with. They make a better cut and they do not wear out as fast as a lot of the other ones will. Alright, so it's handy to have your wire in a way that a spot that will freely spin. Put it through the hole, like so, and start spinning. Get a good close-up there. Here you start to have what looks like a spring. Hold it however works best for you. I'll try to hold it so that you can see it, but I use my thumb usually to lay it down in place. It's getting away from me a little bit. Sometimes they'll roll over on you like that if you're not paying attention. Just roll it back over, spin it like that. Now, another important thing to note, and this is a major safety issue, watch what happens when I stop and let go of this. It spins back. Now, I didn't make a very long coil. If I had made a big long coil, that would have spun around 3 or 4 times pretty fast. So you got to watch your hand when you let go, or you'll get smacked pretty hard. This is even more important when power winding, or if I were to not let go and cut the wire, then that end is going to spin around and create sort of a circular saw effect. So once that's done, cut your wire. It's usually not best to just let it fling around or it'll unwind your whole spool. Cut the end there. Make sure not to lose this on the floor, or you'll find it sometime when you don't have shoes on. And there you have a coil. So you can come in close here. Just going to cut off the end. Again, don't lose that. And there you have 3 rings. Now if you got a fancy saw cutting jig, then this will go faster and you have real nicely cut rings. But otherwise, you can do it just like I do and cut with these. Now if you've got a real hard wire or a thick wire, one, your hands will probably just have to get stronger for working with a big wire. However, a trick for helping this cut is to find a solid surface that you're sitting on. I'm sitting on a couch, which is probably not ideal for this, but get your cutter in place, move so that the bottom handle is against the hard surface, just lean your shoulder over into it. It's much easier on your hands. Just let your body weight do the trick. Even if you don't weigh very much, it's probably a lot easier than squeezing with your hand. So that's a great way to save your hands, although you will find you'll start to grow calluses there if you do this very much. Alright, that is hand coiling rings. I should be coming up with another video pretty soon about power winding with a drill. Thanks. For a mandrel, it's nice to have this curve in it. If you're using a relatively small mandrel, you can probably use a couple of vice grips or good pliers to bend it yourself. For a larger one like this, I actually used a torch to heat it up so that I could bend it more easily. If you don't have access to a torch, then you can just use a straight rod. You still drill a hole in it and then just clip a vice grip on it. I wouldn't really recommend this. It's a lot more work to spin around with using a vice grip than having a nice handle, but it gets you working while you're waiting for access to a torch or for someone to help you with it.